Welcome to another episode of Yon Bros Anime Pod. I'll let my fellow hosts introduce themselves, and then I'll do the same.
What's up, everybody? It's Klepto on Twitch and Twitter. Good to see y'all again.
Klepto.
Hey.
Love you, man.
You already know it's that boy Floss the Boss.
That's the most.
And I'm the other host, Tiggity T. Let's get to it. So, based on the popularity of our Zanpakuto episode, we elected to do a singular-based what-if around 4 characters getting isekai'd into the Bleach universe. Now, some thought went into approximately within what time frame they would be thrown in and things of that nature and how the different characters would react. We hope you enjoy, and please let us know what you think. So, the premise is 4 characters from other anime worlds getting magically transported into the Soul Society, and we're going to explore how they would interact within Bleach's world, its politics, and its battles. So, what if the balance of souls was disrupted and 4 outsiders were summoned to Soul Society? Would they ally with the Gote 13, challenge its laws, or reshape the very order of the afterlife? The 4 characters in question are going to be Minato Namikaze, Norinoa Zoro, Son Goku, and Kazuma Kuwabara. As for how they get summoned, we have the 4 characters being summoned by 8 bouts that managed to escape the horrendous tragic ending for them during the bout arc. 8 of them left, and they decide to sacrifice their lives to bring 4 people they believe will take on, challenge, go forth and inhibit the Soul Society. First off, fellow hosts, how do you think the initial reaction, who do you think is going to cause the most problems between these 4? Minato, Norinoa.
So I guess my question would be, like, just in general, probably Kuwabara dumbass.
I think Zoro.
I think
Zoro.
That I could see Zoro wandering off and being like,
just getting into some stuff he shouldn't. Just getting into some stuff that he shouldn't get into right off.
I don't think Minato is gonna cause problems as much.
Not
like,
just
I feel like
him.
I don't. Here's my thing. I think he's gonna try and get through undetected, and then once he registers that there's like a sensory type ability, spiritual pressure, he'll be like, "Dang, I guess I gotta do this to him." Like, I don't see Minato as the type of character who's gonna come in guns blazing. I think Kuwabara gonna be at the front door talking smack.
I don't think so. I think Kuwabara is going to be pooping his pants trying to figure out how he just got teleported in. I think the two that are going to be most likely to stir something up are going to be Zoro and Goku. Because Goku's just going to be like, all right, who's the toughest guy in the yard? Get ready. Zoro's going to be like, oh, you have a sword? You think you're the number 1 swordsman? Let's go.
Oh God. Zoro going to see all the swords and be like, hold on. It's a bunch of y'all. Let's do this.
You think you get the title?
I think Zoro looks around and sees all the swords and feels like he went to some type of Valhalla and gonna be ready to scrap.
I can see that.
Within the confines of this what if, we have Minato mistaking Shinigami for rival ninja clans. Zoro is looking at other Shinigami's blades, trying to see if they're legendary black blades like from the One Piece verse. Goku is excited and curious and immediately wants to spar with one of the seated officers. And then you have Kuwabara, who freaks out and insists on bringing love and justice to the afterlife because he sees the cruel way in which the people within the Soul Society walls, like all the captains and the people in there, are treated well, whereas you have like the slums on the outside.
Right.
Everybody's just discarded and mistreated. And obviously Kuwabara being a warrior for love feels necessary to go and put his 2 cents in. So in a sense, I guess you're right, Corey. Just at the gate talking smack like, y'all better open this door before I cut it all up. Just run it off the mouth.
Yukina! Crazy.
So I guess my next question for the panel is, how would the abilities translate to the Soul Society? How do you think Chakra is going to match up against Ryatsu? How do you think Haki is going to match up with things like Keto, Ki versus Spiritual Pressure, and then their various techniques? So, like, obviously, they wouldn't necessarily get access to everything, but during our discussion when we were initially talking about what abilities they might get to keep, so assuming they all get Zanpakuto when they enter the verse, adapting to the Bleach verse, getting access to Ryatsu or Spiritual Pressure. So along with their Zanpakutos, what the panel members and I came up with is for Goku, his Shikai would be a Kamehameha blade. So essentially a blade made out of the Kamehameha wave. So it's just his max power radiating through a sword at all times.
I got a name for it.
Okay, let's hear it.
Ryujin Kosen. It means Dragon God Radiance.
Ooh, that sounds sick. I like that. I like that a lot. And then for his Bankai, it's essentially Goku entering Ultra Instinct. So just, I'm landing every attack and you're not landing shit. Like, just get ready, because everything I do is going to work and nothing you do can hit me.
You're going to be tough. Goku going to be a monster once the spirit energy assimilates.
Oh, absolutely. And then you have Kuwabara, who his Shikai is just a manifestation of his Spiritual Pressure, so essentially an invisible sword. So obviously you could observe the Spiritual Pressure and try to interpret when his attack is coming, but you still have to have the ability to move out of the way before he strikes you. And then his Bankai is the Dimension Slash. So the Dimension Slash essentially can rip a hole from Waco Mundo or Soul Society to the mortal realm. Then we have Minato, who for his Shikai has access to techniques such as Flying Raijin and the Rasengan. And then for his Bankai, he can basically do an unlimited Reaper Death Seal. So once he's unlocked his Bankai, get ready. You're getting packed up and put on a t-shirt. It's over for you. You're deleted. And
I got a name for his as well.
Oh, go ahead.
Let me see, where is it? I had it pulled up. It's going to be called Raikoten, Heavenly Thunderlight.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot, especially because he's the Yellow Flash. That's awesome. And then for Zoro, we have his Shikai as turning his 3 blades, because somehow his Zanpakuto manifests as his blades from One Piece, and they all become legendary black blades during his Shikai, and using his 3-sword style, 1-sword style, and what have you. And then his Bankai is when he goes into his Ashura form, manifesting not only his Spiritual Pressure, but his Conqueror's Haki.
Busted.
No. I think the way the power systems integrate would be, like, for example, Haki has to do with a lot with the Conqueror's Haki, and so in Zoro's case, it has to do with the user imposing their will. I think that in itself would give, like, Ryatsu a direction, almost like think like
being able to shoot it out.
Yeah, I think maybe not necessarily in like a beam, but I think it inherently
like Jiren being able to push like air pressure.
Yes, exactly. I think it inherently coalesces with Ryatsu and becomes like a color of the king Ryatsu. It's almost as if, so the same thing that we see apply with really strong people who have conquerors hockey. Weaker minded people are collapsing. So I mean, people in the 13 court guards, if they run into Zoro, we know he doesn't have control over his conquerors hockey the way Luffy does. So it's leaking out. People passing out.
But then
They passing out when you show up.
But then that would just integrate with the spirit pressure then, and since he can't control his conqueror's hockey, that means whoever's walking near him is just passing out. Period, due to the fact that that spiritual pressure is just
have an equally strong will.
Yes, so captains are not passing out. They're like, "What is that?" But they're not.
Essentially,
wow, that's crazy.
It's a more intense. It's a more intense moment of like somebody really strong leaking out a lot of spiritual pressure. You know, it's just more so like, okay, wait, this has some extra heaviness to it.
Yes, and I think chakra in a similar function because what chakra is. It's physical energy in combination with, I guess you would say, mental, spiritual energy, and that's what creates chakra because it's like a fusion of two different energies. I think the Ryatsu would go through the same sort of channels or integration system is like the spiritual energy to mold and create chakra in the first place, thus amplifying the output of chakra.
I think I was about to say, I think all chakra, any ninjutsu based ability with spiritual pressure or spirit energy behind it will be magnified.
So does that mean that Minato's rising is just essentially like instant?
Essentially think of a flying Raijin on crack. Like
I honestly thought that chakra would be more related to what the Quincy's.
I was thinking that originally. But like Flossie B just said, I had to remember that chakra in essence as a power system is the physical. Spirit energy is spirit energy. It's not necessarily of the physical body, which is why a lot of things that you see them do, like they could fight in the human world, but they couldn't really get to it in the human world. They had to have special
let it loose.
Yeah, they had to have special like
put on their power.
Special like basically domains created in the human world for them to really let their powers out.
Correct. But no, that's what I'm getting at. But chakra is, I'm trying to figure out how I'm trying to put this to make it come back to me. I don't want to lose momentum.
I also think with Goku, Ki, that's a harder one for me.
He is essentially chakra though.
I think
no.
I'm not saying completely. I'm just saying it's essentially chakra.
I feel you, but I still disagree. I think Ki is more like spirit energy than chakra because Ki isn't just physical. Ki is all encompassing, but it's based in your spirit. If you have a strong spirit, characters with strong spirits have strong Ki in Dragon Ball.
That's like Goku going to Yardrat to learn spirit control, and then being able to greater control his Ki.
So even more so, like
physical training.
Yeah, we just talk about spirit energy magnifying like ninjutsu, even more so for a Kamehameha wave or a Kaioken technique, or even his Super Saiyan transformation, anything that would draw on his battle rage or his battle energy to stir, his spirit energy would also stir.
Not to mention the fact that now that he's a Shinigami, he's going to have an even deeper reserve of power now.
Yes. Yeah, so we could see like a situation where, remember when Goku trained to keep Super Saiyan up like it was normal? We could see a situation where it's like that with, Super Blue or Red, if we include those types of transformations, you know what I mean? Just because of how, to me at least, just because of how I think those powers are closer in relation than, most would think.
Yeah. I mean, I would agree with that. I think that makes sense narratively.
I want to say the same for Kuwabara too. I think out of all the animes, all the characters we pulled from, his power system is the most, in my personal opinion, that would align the best with Bleach's power system.
Yes. I agree.
I would agree with that.
So
I think
Kuwabara is going to be an
able
absolute
to
monster.
have a leg up. I think he'll have a leg up as far as understanding Ryatsu and how to manipulate it quicker than the others.
Yeah.
Having undergone training with Genkai, as well as like learning to manipulate his energy to dual wield his blades, and then during the chapter Black arc, create the dimensional slash to slice in between dimensions, create dimensional rifts, things of that nature. I definitely agree with it.
His Shitai would be like whatever they use to make those doors appear. I almost said the Hogyo cube, but that's not. I don't think that's right.
No. Hogyo Q is Bleach.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it's comparable. I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kuwabara's Zanpakuto ends up being an amalgamation of the powers he already has and his access to Ryatsu. And essentially, if it works in the same function, if he's creating dimensional slashes and rifts to other dimensions, it works in that same kind of facet. Just maybe without the weird Hyogyo Q drawback where you do take. So essentially, Kuwabara would, I think he'd have a leg up in regards to, like Tyler said, understanding his powers.
As well as observation as well, because he has a higher sensitivity to spirit awareness than the other characters in his own verse.
He's gonna know where stuff is, where people are at, who's currently fighting. Like, they sensory unit ninja thief.
Yeah.
Just
I can see that.
Like, I got you pinpointed on GPS.
Hey, this is actually a stacked team for no reason.
That's pretty bad.
I love it. Which captains do you think would immediately issue either respect or fear? Yeah, respond out of either fear or respect.
I mean, I think all the. I was about to say, like, I think all the main ones you see get a lot of screen time. Kenpachi, obviously, he gonna want the smoke. Goku, Zoro make, prime opponents for him to really let loose on.
Which one more?
I think Goku, to be honest.
Goku for sure more. Kenpachi will be like, I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah, but I think Kenpachi, Shunsui, I would say the other
Byakuya for sure is gonna be like
Byakuya, Ukitake.
Yamamoto was still alive. He would.
Oh yeah, I mean, old man Yama would be like, "What? Where y'all even come from?"
Yamamoto was still alive during the bout arc, wasn't he?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. My fault. I forgot.
So I mean, him. I mean, all the captains, I think,
spoiler alerts,
would be made aware of. Well, I mean, it'd be hard to ignore their presence, to be honest.
All right. With that being said, we're going to move into the conflict. So Yamamoto and the other captains, upon these four people coming in, now wearing a Shinigami outfit, having Zanpakuto, Yamamoto and the captains debate whether or not these are threats or allies. So I have possible matchups as Minato versus Renji, a friendly spar, Zoro arguing with Mayuri Kurotsuchi, Goku trying to challenge Kenpachi and barely survives, and Kuwabara confuses Byakuya with speeches about love, irritating him.
How does Zoro get tangled up with Mayuri? That's mean, I know he's. Uh-oh.
What?
Froze
Hello?
up. Froze up.
Man. You back?
Oh, froze up again.
Hey.
I get.
Back. I froze.
There
I
we go.
apologize.
No, you good. Welcome back.
So how does Zoro get tangled up with Mairi? I mean, I honestly, we all know he gets lost. So that's one huge, like, in the throes of him getting lost and wandering around. How exactly this tangled up with Mairi?
Well, I would assume he would see him and assume by the way he looks that he looks similar to Caesar Clown. Maybe by the eyes, maybe by the overall scientific lab coat-esque presence.
Yeah. That's passable for Zoro.
I mean, he forgets people's names all the time, just like Luffy.
Names, faces, all that.
Locations. I think that's believable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think the only reason Goku doesn't survive is because his ki, he has to learn how to use his ki within this new verse. In the same way that
absolutely.
within the events of Daima, when he was miniaturized, he didn't know how to use his ki the same way. Like, he still had ki. He still had a vast amount of ki. He just had to relearn how to use it with his his younger body. And I think that would absolutely be the case going to the Bleach verse. And then once he gets access back to his ki, that's when him and Kenpachi are gonna go for round 2.
I think that's why Minato has a friendly spar with Renji. You know, Minato being the prodigy, the genius he was, like, what better way to learn about this new power you feel than through battle? You know, especially for somebody whose brain operates like his does.
But what do you think about Byakuya and Kuwabara? How to turn out?
This is gonna be comedy, to be honest.
Yeah,
because he's gonna be so annoyed by Kuwabara, but then he's gonna, like, they're gonna fight and he's gonna attack him and he's gonna be like, okay, wait, he's not actually weak. What is happening? You know what I mean? Like, it's just gonna be pure comedy. Like, it's gonna be a fight that just does not make sense.
I think it's gonna be like Kuwabara during the Yukino retrieval arc, when he was trying to talk smack to the Taguros, like, the total spirit energy couldn't crush a fly.
So when is it that they actually start, like, being in control of their powers? Because you know they have to learn the names of their swords.
Well, so I would assume after the initial conflict, the 4 characters end up escaping to somewhere, probably like to Hatton.
Urahara,
to Urahara. Or I'm gonna butcher that name.
Urahara.
You can call him Hatton Clogs.
He's gonna be Hatton Clogs. So I would say that they would go, and it's because it's not that they have anything against the society in particular. They just know that they were summoned. They obviously
were lied to by the bounce.
Fighters. Absolutely. Well, no, because the bouts, none of them would survive it. Because in a similar fashion to most isekai, whenever the heroes get summoned, basically everybody who helps summon them either loses their health or they lose their life.
True.
So
I haven't seen isekais that
themselves.
Well, they don't all lose. Not all of them. Especially when done in groups. When done in groups, there's a high chance of success even amongst the summoners.
And that's fair. But, like, even if you look at Rising of the Shield Hero, it talks about how drained the people were after the fact.
Yeah.
And even go ahead.
No. I'm agreeing.
So with that being said, with there being only 8 of them, I mean, they needed like 30 or 60 something spellcasters to bring one person. So you figure you have 8 bouts and their immense power. That was what it took to bring those 4 to this verse.
My only counter is we're talking spirit energy.
That's fair. But we're also talking about
that's my only
how to bounce.
Yeah, the bounce also had really They fought captains. I'm just saying. So they
But did they win?
they got. I mean, no, they didn't win, but they had
okay.
enough. They had enough spirit energy to compete. Those were
At a
not easy
serious level?
fights. Yeah, Hitsugaya had to summon the dragon.
Well, I'm really glad this isn't canon because Bouts fighting captains is weak as shit. But, and I know this is our what if, but that just makes me so mad. So the outsiders are blamed for a surge of hollows invading the Soul Society. That is what the captains come to the conclusion of, that the reason there's this big surge is not because of the bouts or anything they had to do, but because of these 4 new outsiders. So they end up at Hat and Clog's house, and this is how the group splits up. So Zoro and Goku end up trying to fight for the Soul Society, with Minato questioning the ethics and Kuwabara seeking to purify hollows instead of destroying them.
Okay.
I can see that.
What ethics are Minato Ness? What is he questioning actually? Like,
So,
whose
I would
ethics?
I would say the ethics of the captains of the 13 squads, as well as Yamamoto, specifically because although the Hidden Leaf was up to their evil shenanigans and what have you, I think that they at least determined who their enemy was before just declaring all-out war. It wasn't
Right.
It wasn't like, oh well, you gave us a mean look, so now we're not gonna do anything, or oh, you walked into our territory, so now we're gonna kill you. No, it was more like, well, I mean, you fought us, so now we're gonna take your lunch money.
Yeah, I feel that.
Whereas
Okay.
these 4 guys just popped up, and so Minato's like, well, that's kind of bullshit, yo.
I feel that.
Should gave us a chance.
I can see that.
Goku and Zoro go to help the Soul Society. So Minato's questioning, is he training while he's questioning these ethics?
Yes. So Minato and Kuwabara are with Hat and Clogs, and Zoro and Goku essentially stay with the 13 captains trying to fight against them. So you have Zoro versus, like, say the science captain or another strong captain that you think, and then you have Goku fighting somebody like Kenpachi, and it's basically a tournament of power kind of scenario where he just keeps delving during their fight.
I think in turn, okay, so if this is essentially, because this sounds like essentially they've gotten the early conflict stuff out of the way. We're at the fallout. Training needs to happen is what's in my brain, right?
Yes.
So if
But
we're
how does
going
each
training,
train?
I was just about to say, if we're going training, I think Zoro has to get trained by Shunsui, which is one of Yamamoto's, his two students that he personally trained. And then I think the perfect person to help Minato combat these ethics, even though he is with Hat and Claws, I think he should retrieve training from Yoruichi. And then upon returning to
Kisuke.
And then upon returning to the Soul Society, he should receive training or at least have conversations about spirit energy and the Soul Society with Ukitake, who is the other personal student that Yamamoto personally trained.
I feel it. But I just want y'all to know Mayuri wouldn't train with them.
Nah, stay away from Mayuri. We don't care about Mayuri.
But he wouldn't let them train with them in peace, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Going to want to experiment. He's going to want to, why are y'all here? What's going on? What makes y'all spiritual pressure a bit different than normal here?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
What do you think
for
you
sure.
should get to let them experiment on?
Oh no, he's not going to experiment. Like like the rest of the 13 court guard caps are not going to let him experiment, but he's going to find some type of way to like observe them and be in the background He's gonna be that fly on the wall.
Dr. Gero type shit. Just put different robots in the air.
Yeah.
I don't know who would train Kuwabara though.
I think Kisuke would handle the connections for training.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, what about the captain who wears the flower kimono? What if he trained Kuwabara?
No, he's training Zoro.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I feel like, honestly, Kuwabara could just learn stuff from Zoro. To be honest, like, he could just learn to be a better swordsman, and that would make him a better character.
The blind leading the blind.
No, that's not really fair, because Zoro's a good fighter.
I mean, yeah, he's a good fighter. Good fighter doesn't mean good teacher.
Who's the dog man? I can't remember.
Oh, Komamura? That'd be a good teacher for Kuwabara.
I believe that's who I believe trained him. I'm trying to think of somebody else because, like, just so far that's me that.
I mean, that makes sense to me. So I think after that, we come to the resolution. So essentially, there's going to have to be an all-out fight. So after this training, who's the big bad that you think they would end up fighting?
One of Aizen's underlings. No.
Who should they fight? Who should they fight? Who should they fight? Okay, it's got to be appropriate to level though, because if they got to be strong. So I'm thinking if we can do a wrong cars. We can do a wrong cars.
Say that it should be some type of wrong car.
They have to be Espada level at least. Like, I'm talking like 1 through 6 level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so
they could be their opponents.
So let's say this, because like we can also use this what if to kind of peek to things that was going to become. So let's say they are fighting some Espada.
Mm-hmm.
They also get entangled a few Quincy's, letting the world know that
or maybe it's a coalescing of those two things. Maybe like this doesn't happen in Soul Society. Maybe they end up in Hueco Mundo because they're chasing down these Espada, and they come across the some of the Quincy Ryatsu. They're seeing that there's a lot of hollows that have been just like deleted, eviscerated, because the way Quincy's wield Ryatsu, it doesn't allow them to enter back into the cycle of rebirth. They just get destroyed. And so they're immediately in conflict with Kuwabara's ideals. Off the rip, Goku and Zoro are like, hold up. This ain't what they taught us. This couldn't have been a Shinigami. So they're investigating. And Minato himself would be like, whilst he's still careful of the Soul Society, he understands that the way they operate is necessary for the balance and continuation of the verse. So when he sees something like this, off rip, he's going to be like, that's a problem. And I think that's what would pull them into the greater conflict. And that'll also pull in the squad captains, because it would alert them to the presence of Yawatch and the Quincy's a lot sooner, as well as Ichigo and the rest. So you would see like
that. Do you think that with these 4 characters there that the fights would go any differently? Do you think the fights go easier for the Shinigami?
I think they are enough of a wild card, because remember, the Quincy's have prepared for the 10 war powers of the Shinigami, but they don't know about these four, and so they're walking into that.
When we talking about?
Blind.
Wait. When we talk about which Quincy fight?
The you watch Quincy. The way they pull up.
Oh, that's going on. Oh, that's going on in 1,000-Year Blood War. That Quincy. Oh, nah. If Goku and them was there, nah. You don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Y'all walk, like I said, the man is really busted. Like his power set alone is just really, really stupid. But like as far as them, their whole troop as a whole, you dealing with the 13 core god squads, you're dealing with Squad Zero, you're dealing with Ichigo and them on top of them. And then on top of Ichigo and them, you're dealing with Goku, Minato,
let's see. Now you going
and Zoro.
Going too far too. We not doing exactly that. We're just saying like we're setting up the stage like we're fighting.
No, but he just said. That's why I just asked him. That's why I just asked him that because he just said. Oh, go ahead.
Was that they would notice their presence in Hueco Mundo, and maybe because they're chasing down these Espada. I don't know what the Espada did. I don't know how they alerted them, but we do know that specifically Zoro and Goku are on their tail. I think Kuwabara himself would already be either looking for a way to Hueco Mundo or already there because he would want to purify the hollow somehow. I think Minato in his investigation would be in tail. He would be following closely behind the people he knows he can trust that aren't necessarily a part of the 13 court guard. Yeah. And so he potentially would be using Goku and Zoro for like more intel. And would be like in tow. And that's how they would all end up either in Hueco Mundo or on their way there. And I think that's where they would notice like a dip or a drop in the Ryatsu. Not only that, but like the presence of people who wield Ryatsu, but they can tell based on the destruction that's occurred in Hueco Mundo that these aren't Shinigami and they're not hollows. For sure they know that. And they're confused because Zoro and Goku would have learned that they purified the hollows to essentially set that soul free. And it's like a cycle of rebirth almost. Kuwabara would have made it his mission to be able to set all the hollows free or purify them in some way because he's sensitive enough to understand that, okay, these are actual souls still trapped within this. Yeah. So immediately he has an affront. Kuwabara specifically immediately has an affront with the Quincy's. So if he notices the Ryatsu, which I think they all would, and they notice the destruction to Hueco Mundo, they're gonna be like, hold up. What's going on here? Now, Minato, being who he is going to deeply either already know, okay, 1,000 years ago, these other people pulled up on the Soul Society. Interesting. Did they wipe them out? Are they still there? What's going on? He pulls up the Hueco Mundo, sees that, and he's like, oh, that's a problem. We're going to have to deal with that. Because the 13 core squad guards, their work is essential to the verse. Like, if they don't exist, then there's no separation between the realm, and that would wipe out existence. So, of course, Minato was like, I understand what they're for, but I don't necessarily know if they're good. Once he sees that, objectively, he has to side with them in order to deal with the threat. Right. I think that would bring the team up back together post-training. Also think that would alert the Soul Society to what's happening within Hueco Mundo. It's not just the Espada that they have to worry about. There's also random Quincy's. And because Kuwabara can cut between dimensions, he's following their spiritual energy and going, this where they at. Why would you do that to the Hollows? He
Literally.
immediately got smoked for everybody. And they're going to try and fight him. And that's where we're going to see an all-out brawl. I mean, violence. Because imagine these four talking about some bum nah.
But that's what I want though. So like you just got through saying, they tell them Cool Bar, picks up on their trail, dimension slashes everybody there, and then like I'm not letting no captives in this. So like somehow something malfunctions and can't nobody else get in. So now it's them four versus these Espada and these Quincy's that they done found.
Now that's a Mexican standoff because the Espada don't want the Quincy's there, so they're gonna box them. The Quincy's want to destroy the Espada, but they recognize that he's the Soul Reapers.
Which means Minato is about to say, "Hey, let them duke it out. Let them duke it out, and we clean up."
Well, Minato about to be like, "I got the solution to everybody's problem." Actually,
Giant Rizang. I'm sorry.
I got the solution to everybody's problem.
You ever had a ninja tag put on the back of your neck? No. Don't even worry about it. Paper bombs.
You ever had this blue orb put in your spine, like in the sixth vertebrae?
Oh Lord, just be like, out here cracking backs.
Immediately, that's what it feels like to drive a Ford F-150.
Oh Lord, he did diesel there. The F-150 is crazy. So, do you think that obviously the war is going to continue for a hot minute because we're not even at the end of the 1,000-Year Blood War arc?
No,
so
I think
my next question
would, like precursor it almost like this would the element of
that's what I was shooting for
the Quincy's. Yeah.
So, I guess let me ask you guys these questions. Which outsider fits the Soul Society the best?
I would argue
Kuwabara.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, who broke the rules the hardest?
Zoro.
Who broke the rule? Minato.
Minato.
Oh, the hardest, Minato, and then Zoro.
Minato. Definitely broke the Reaper Death Seal. Zoro breaks the verse. Zoro breaks the verse in the sense that and it's one of my issues with Bleach is there's not really any fight choreography. So it's hard to say who really has sword play skills in the Bleach verse. And Zoro got, we all know One Piece got hella choreography, so he got tons of sword play. Bro. So he's gonna break the verse in the sense that he'll be somebody who has true swordsmanship outside of the power system. So it's like him wielding a sword isn't just I can swing this sword and block attacks and also do attacks. Nah, I got techniques.
I was just saying that because I know he's going to steal some people's sword.
But Minato, from a power perspective, it's gonna be crazy. The stuff he's gonna be able to do shouldn't be allowed. I mean, the same could be said for Goku, but Minato is just gonna bend it to an extent, like to a crazy extent.
I just want y'all to tell me I'm lying.
I can see Goku Kamehameha blading somebody horribly.
Okay, so last question. Do you think that these four characters would essentially be able to tip the balance forevermore in the Soul Society's favor over the other groups?
No. I think what would happen is that the Soul Society would then be like, okay, they're going to treat them like Ichigo. Everybody's a substitute Soul Reaper now. But they're also going to register that, like, y'all aren't supposed to be here. So we have to find a way to send you back.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
You're messing with the fact that Zoro specifically, bro, you have Conqueror's Haki and you have command over Ryatsu, and the way that they coalesce, you can basically direct Ryatsu. Think like Doflamingo String, but Ryatsu.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you gotta leave.
I feel
bro.
like don't get me wrong. While that part is true, I definitely feel like they would send him back. I'm just saying, insert them four into any major canon fight between the Soul Reapers and their enemy. I think they tip the scale way in the Soul Reapers' favor.
Oh yeah,
Way in the Soul Reapers' favor.
Yamamoto
The
Tenet.
only time that I don't think that they would is if the Soul Reapers are like, hey, this Soul Reaper we don't know just entered the Soul Society, and it's Ichigo with a visor mask.
okay.
Oh no, I can't even say that because originally the only stipulation Ichigo would have had to have been stronger is because he had spirit energy. They got spirit energy now. I can't really say he just him with the mask on is cleaning them. I can't really say that.
Still have I think Ichigo would still outspeed at least 3 of them. Not Minato. But the problem I can foresee is
Corey.
Huh?
Mr. Flossballs.
Yeah.
Did you just seriously say that he would outspeed 3 of them, and the one he wouldn't outspeed would be Minato?
Yeah, he would not outspeed. Minato would
That's
be
the one
fastest
he
person.
would not outspeed. Do you think Minato is faster than Goku?
With spiritual energy, I think Minato's application of it will outspeed Goku's application. Goku in this specific setting is a lot more of a tankier character than he is nimble ninja.
I see what you get.
I would agree with that, except for the fact that we didn't really confirm or deny this, so I can't use this as a particular point of contention. However, if Goku carries over his Saiyan biology, then nah, not even close, hand. Not even fucking close. There is no speed feed that Minato has.
I would say no because the biology would apply to his living state. Being a Shinigami, technically on a level means you're dead or you're not of the living world. So
you are on the spiritual plane.
That's where I would cut his physical speed being applicable as a Shinigami.
Okay, but then my argument would still be that Ultra.
I still think Goku would be plenty fast. I still think that.
Okay, so
let me say that. I still think Goku would be plenty fast.
Yeah, but I
think that Minato would be the fastest flash step user.
Oh yeah.
100%. And I also think Minato's flash step in distances, bro. Like it's not even like I'm behind you.
I would agree with that.
I think he'd master flash step because if he planned to adjust his fighting style the best way possible to this new surrounding, he'd definitely take advantage of flash step.
The fastest person within the fight is gonna be Goku, because nobody else has a technique like Ultra Instinct. None of them can move like that, and because Goku has that ability, unfortunately, I'm not negating Yellow Flash's flash step.
No, it doesn't operate like Ultra Instinct.
Yeah.
That's fair. That isn't fair. That is a fair assertion. None of these other characters have abilities that would allow them to move like Ultra Instinct.
Yeah. But other than that, with that being said, we're going to move on to the anime question of the week. And for the anime question of the week, we have, who would you isekai into the Bleach verse? What character would you pick? What anime
Sung Jinwoo.
Oh, get
Sung Jinwoo. Listen. Okay. My man, I'm not. I still think Rimuru Code.
Wait, hold on. Wait, no, hold no. Hold on. Brother, you know I don't like cutting people off. Hold on, bro. I gotta tell you where you toxic at in this motherfucker, bro. They are already spirits. He's just gonna sit there and say, "Arise!" Everybody's gonna turn blue. No.
You know what I'm saying? Listen. I wasn't even gonna give him his monarch powers. He could have all the physical upgrades he attained through the system. He could keep those and take that with him to the Bleach first. But we could take away Shadow Monarch, and he's still gonna be strong in the Bleach verse.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, because you still have stealth, you still have murder's intent, you still have what else? Dash. You still have
he won't even need dash no more. He could find a way to apply his dash on top of the flash step.
Yeah.
Okay.
You put that in your pocket.
So
exactly. You see what I'm saying? You see the vision.
With that, I say I can't remember Buddy's name from Hell's Paradise.
Oh,
Gabimaru or the chick. His guard. Or her, because she would be deadly there. Don't ask me what her Bankai is though, but just her just taking one slash at you. Oh,
I like that.
I like it.
To me, I think about somebody like Whitebeard.
Oh,
with just Gura no me.
Wow.
How that would affect the verse.
Listen. I was just about to say, you talk about. We don't even need to confirm him having a dimension shattering ability. His double fruit is gonna be amplified to 100. Stop. Stop.
Hold on. You can bust out Jinwoo. I can't bust out the Gura no me.
Listen. Jinwoo, everybody knows Jinwoo busted. What you talking about is like Whitebeard. Souping up Whitebeard is just a bad idea, bro. That's just people didn't want to fight him the way he was. You want to make him to where he could.
I'll do you one
he
better.
could
What
snap.
about Marco the Phoenix?
Even worse, maybe. Somebody with the powers of the Phoenix allowed to tap into spiritual energy
and have a blade.
Die how? Die for what? No.
Mihawk Seraphim. S-Hawk.
Stop.
So he's got the power of the blade fruit. And he's a Lunarian.
You're doing a lot.
Ooh, the captain from the Black Bulls. Like I'm forgetting names right now. Y'all forgetting.
Yami Sabino.
Yami.
Hey.
No.
Hey,
bro, I can already see it. I can already see it, bro. His Shinigami form is going to be his sword, and like the not necessarily the grimoire is going to pop up, but it's going to be like this orb like around his hand, with like spell enchantments like just floating.
Okay, non-anime related, but Doctor Strange.
Hell no.
All right, we can go somewhere.
I was gonna say
y'all talking about
ending
the world. Y'all talking about ending the what Zanpakuto? It's a spell book in the shape of a sword. What you talking about? what is you talking? Zanpakuto? Nah. He finna send you to Dormammu realm. You better chill out.
Hey, since we taking it there, Spawn.
Stop. Put the comic book characters back in your pockets. Put them back.
Spawn would be a nasty Shinigami, bro.
Put it back in your pocket. Put it back in your pocket.
Right now. That's a lot.
Yeah.
One last comic book character.
I was gonna say Pain.
Pain. Oh, Renegade.
Pain.
No. Hey, hot take. Pain would have to be souped up to a ridiculous degree. He would have to be souped up to a ridiculous degree. But I can't think of another anime character's power set who, if matched Jinwoo's, could fight Jinwoo at a high level.
I disagree.
Yeah,
I think that would end up being like Tusk.
I got another weird one.
Only because Renegon conflicts with the Shadow Monarch's powers.
Because you're saying he could just revive all his dead people?
Ghetto Art, Rene Rebirth, he can steal souls.
Yeah, but he can only do the Rene Rebirth like one time.
No. The only reason he died doing the Ghetto Art Rene Rebirth was because he was already low on chakra and dying.
Yeah.
He would have lived if he was at full strength.
Okay, but you think that he would have had a better shot against Jinwoo than he would have against Naruto? I mean, this could be
No. This is why I said he'd have to be souped up to a ridiculous degree. Meaning his power would have to be increased. Pain as he is getting stomped out like a bad cigarette. Like, stop.
Oh, I got another weird one, but I know it'll be strong as hell. I don't know how to definitely work, but I'm gonna throw this character in here anyway. Black Star.
Stop.
No.
Stop.
No.
Stop.
Stop it.
Stop.
I'm sorry, did I just break the verse?
No. Yes. Yes.
Any Fire Force
No
related,
Soulmeisters, nothing from
none
Fire
of them.
Force, bro.
None of them. Any of them Fire Force or Soul Eater related characters, no.
Okay, what about
because what's Hulk? Stop!
No.
All right, we done, y'all.
All right, Anime Rec, let's go.
All right, so the anime recommendation for this week
man trying to break my brain, bro.
The anime recommendation for this week is The Water Magician. I'm gonna let my fellow host take it away.
Magician. The Water Magician. Yo, have y'all seen? First of all, let me ask my fellow panelists. Have y'all seen The Water Magician?
I am up to episode 8.
Okay, that's what I like to hear. The Water Magician is actually kind of gas. I'm not gonna lie. I've had it in my watch list for a while. I didn't know how it would turn out. I've been waiting on all the episodes to come out, but I gave up and I finally started watching it. I ain't gonna lie. It's reincarnation, but the way they did it is really, really, really cool. So just to read y'all a quick synopsis, reincarnation had Ryo dreaming of peace, but instead he lands into a monster-infested wilderness with water magic and eternal youth. He survives countless wicked concoctions for 20 years, becoming one of the most powerful magicians ever. Ryo's fate shifts when he meets Abel, a genius knight, thrusting him into magical society spotlight. Thus, the Water Magician's wild adventure begins. So he has been living isekai'd into this world for 20 years.
In the most dangerous.
Being isekai'd in the most dangerous spot. The most dangerous spot. I'm talking about if there wasn't a protective field around where he was sent to, he'd be dealing with monsters the moment he opened his door every morning. Damn. But he was there for 20 years. For 20 years, he was there honing his magical ability, his water ability, building his skills up, fighting the dangerous monsters before he had ever stepped foot outside into the real world. And then it's just watching how this super busted, like everybody thinks he's this young dude, but he's like 40, bro. He's like 40. Everybody thinks he's this young dude, but he's like 40. And everybody's just watching this water magician do things they've never seen a water magician do. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope.
Check it out. All right. Please check out Water Magician. That's our anime rec for the week. Please let us know who you would isekai into the Bleach verse. Let us know in the comments down below. Please comment down on TikTok. Please clip this. If you don't clip anything else, OPUS clips, clip this. If you are going to critique us or tell us we are wrong about something we talk about on the podcast, please watch the entire episode so you know what the fuck we are actually talking about. You miserable, ignorant fucking cunts.
Okay.
That being said, this has been another episode of Yon Bros Anime Talk. I have loved having you with us. We look forward to the comments, except for you dickheads that those stupid shit on our TikTok.
Stop.
You guys, I wish you a lifetime of traffic. Other than that,
Traffic is
hope you have a
crazy.
blessed evening, and we look forward to seeing you next week, where we discuss why Mashal is just Harry Potter if Harry Potter was with the UFC. We'll see you next week.
That is crazy. Excuse me?
My magic is my muscles.
My muscle.
All right, y'all.
Yo.